In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalian and this guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalian and this guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children. Hey, welcome to Japtalian and this guy. I'm Morgan.
I'm Joseph.
Eric is still out. We have sad faces. You guys can't see that. Eric, we hope you start feeling better soon.
Yeah, man.
And you can get back in the studio with us and start running the show because we're tired of doing it. We want you to do it.
Yeah.
You do way better with the editing than we do. In all honesty, we hope you start feeling better and hurry your ass back in here.
Yeah, man. We love you.
So this week, Joseph, tell the listeners what we do.
Okay. We just kind of catch up on our week, and then we have previously researched topics, and through random act such as flipping a coin, which is almost always what we do, we determine who's going to do their topic, and then that person does the topic, and the other person annoys them.
Constantly.
Or politely listens and asks questions when they find it interesting.
However, yeah, that's mostly it. That's what we do. Round chill up in here.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So what happened this week? You have anything totally fucking awesome you want to tell me about from your week or weekend?
Dude, I wish I did. I wish something totally exciting happened this week. I ripped a HVAC return out of my house and started fixing the hole that was left. Whew, non-stop thrill ride.
Nice. You got up under the house?
No, fuck that shit. I just threw that thing under the house.
You just dropped it down?
Yeah.
Fucking no.
I got one more, and then the HVAC is disconnected, and I can start removing the thing.
Shit, man.
But, I poked my head in there because it was a big hole. I looked in there, and there's like...
There's a joke there.
That's what she said. And there were a bunch of like wires and stuff just kind of laying on the ground and coming out with like no caps on them, which just sometimes just means it's a dead wire. But in my experience, it sometimes also means there's a live wire just laying on the ground. And my concern is when I start pulling the metal ductwork out from under the house, that I'm going to cut through one of these wires and just... I don't fully understand how the process happens where you get electrocuted, but it doesn't stop, like the breaker doesn't trip. But supposedly that's a thing that happens sometimes.
That is a thing that happens because, and a lot of people don't realize this, but breakers are not designed to trip just because the electricity gets grounded. They're designed to trip from overcurrent. So if you have a 20 amp breaker and the current goes above 20 amps on that line, then the breaker trips. Yeah. And that'll happen a lot of times when things get shorted. The amperage shoots up for a split second. And that's why when you short things out, it trips the breaker.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll just fucking hold you and fucking fry your ass, especially up under a house.
Why is it more so under a house than anywhere else in the house?
Because you're on the ground. You're in the dirt under the house.
Yeah.
I've been hit under a house and grounded, and that was fucking almost 20 years ago. It was probably like 19 years ago when it happened. It was absolutely, to this day, the worst I've ever been hit was underneath that house, kneeling down in the sand. And I could feel the electricity run through my entire body and come out my knees into the dirt. I could feel it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I was like slobbering and fucking.
Oh, is that because the ground of the Earth is like a larger ground than just like a little copper wire? Is that why it works better? I mean, it's doing that because it's working well, right?
Yeah, electricity is always trying to get to ground.
Okay. And that's just because you're in contact with the actual Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best route for it.
Right. And a lot of times, like when I'm working on something, I'm standing up working on it, and I get a ground like on my pinky, and I'm also touching like on the same hand, like grounds on my pinky, hot wires on my thumb or something. It'll just shoot through my hand.
Yeah.
But when you're kneeling down in the dirt, it's going through your whole body.
Okay.
And it's making a full connection to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, I've had it where
ouch.
it felt like it was going like from hand to hand, like across my chest.
Yeah, you can feel that too, definitely.
And like the next day, like my chest hurt and shit. That was really painful.
Yeah, I've heard people say that like they'll have to. Some people have had to go home after getting like hit. There's higher voltage in commercial buildings for lights.
Yeah.
277 volts.
I haven't been hit by that yet.
No?
I'm waiting.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've been hit by a neutral on a 277. Some people get hit by it and it pulls them off of their ladder into the ceiling grid. Because, in a commercial building, every bit of metal inside the building is grounded.
Yeah.
So it pulls people off of their ladders and brings them towards the I-beams or whatever. Yeah. It's fucking something to see. And it is painful. That's pretty painful too.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but you didn't get electrocuted this weekend.
No, it was just simple, simple carpentry stuff I was doing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable and, but I really wish I had something more exciting going on. I got some other things going on, but I'm not going to share them here because I'm not sharing them here.
You're going to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play for the AFC Championship
I'm
tonight.
I'm going to watch the championship game tonight, right?
Yeah. That
I'm
ought
excited.
to be exhilarating.
I'm excited. I would have been. I was talking to somebody online last night. I would have been okay with the Chiefs losing to the Browns in their last game.
Uh-huh.
Because the Browns have had like that long streak of doing poorly in football.
What?
Like they've been on a long time losing streak.
Yeah, like fucking forever.
Yeah. And so this year they've been doing really well.
Yeah.
And so I'd be cool with a lose. I would have been cool with a lose to them because that's total underdog stuff, and I like underdog.
Cool, man. I like that.
He had the shoe shine box, and he bite the coin.
Are we talking about
Wasn't
the
that
cartoon
Underdog?
Character?
Yeah, you remember Underdog?
Underdog, yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, I remember Underdog.
He's cool when I was a kid. I don't know if maybe I should give him a rewatch.
Some old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, that weird panther. That like weird gay panther who's always like, exit stage left or whatever.
Exit stage left even. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm old. Cool, man.
I've been watching Scooby-Doo at the house. That's what I was watching today, the old Scooby-Doo episodes. Mm-hmm. The first set.
You got anything to say about the characters today? You want to talk about the characters of Scooby-Doo?
No.
You had
We
some
get
shit
into
to
that
say
later.
one time. You gonna do a topic about the characters of Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
Oh man, that'd be great. Please
I'm gonna do a topic of Scooby-Doo.
wait till Eric comes back. Oh God.
There's a lot of stuff on Scooby-Doo. I didn't realize there's a lot. Scooby-Doo's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Like I thought it just kind of disappeared in the 70s, but apparently it's went on into the 2000s.
Yeah, I remember in the 80s maybe or 90s they introduced his nephew Scrappy.
That little shit. That was a terrible idea.
Was it?
Sounds like you're a fan of Scrappy.
I don't know. I mean, he added something to the show. I don't know if he fucking ruined it. He was.
Maybe that was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
Did I say you ruined it?
I don't know. You said something negative about Scrappy Doo being on. It was a terrible idea.
I didn't like. I wasn't a fan of Scrappy Doo.
Yeah. Okay.
What do I know? I'm cool with the Ghost Pirate. It's Ghost Pirate. You know.
Until they rip his mask off.
Yeah. And it's Ronald Reagan or something. Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. What did I do this weekend? Shit. I just, the week was full of work-ish, kind of. Not really. There was some work involved this past week. We did some work, right?
A little bit. Not much.
Yeah. But this weekend, man, I was going to take the kids to a trampoline park. And I didn't tell them about it because I don't like to tell them we're going to do things just in case something comes up, because then if we can't do it, they want to call me a liar.
I do that too with my sons. I don't tell them we're doing something until I know it's going to be happening.
Until we're like on the fucking way to do it. Right?
I don't want to be that dad.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens. So I didn't tell them we were going to go to a trampoline park. I told them we were going to go fucking grocery shopping, which they hate. And but we eat lunch and everything, and Brandy's with us, and they were like, "Hey, can we go to a park?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's parks. Yeah, we can go to a park." So we went to this park in Irmo. I never even knew was fucking there. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice park. And then we went to a park over in my old neighborhood in Rosewood, the Owens Field Park. My kids love Owens Field. They added a bike area. I don't know if you've been there with us since then.
I remember there's a skate park there. I thought that was
there's
really
the
cool.
skate park and everything over here. When you pull in, it's immediately to the right when you pull in, which is where that big dirt pile was, where we went up, took the kids to walk on the dirt pile. Oh,
it's for like BMX and mountain bikes and stuff?
So they turned it into like dirt ramps and stuff over there, and like fucking like it's.
Oh man,
I think it's cool as shit. I wish I would have had shit like that when I was growing up.
Yeah,
we made our own.
Yeah, we had to make our own shit.
Like we went in the woods and built ramps out of fucking trees and sticks and stuff, man. Not even bullshit.
Yeah, we would cut paths through the woods for our bikes and for our feet.
Right.
And then we would use them like when we do stuff that maybe we shouldn't have been getting involved in, and the cops would chase us. We would run to the woods and hit those paths, and they could never catch us.
Yeah, right, because you knew where they were.
And then we found out that kids from other neighborhoods were using the paths we made.
Oh, shit.
And so we started booby trapping the paths.
I think we did that shit, too. We caught some kids out in the woods.
Yeah.
And we're like, the fuck?
Yeah, we'd get like a board full of nails and buried in the dirt.
Yeah.
And then we'd be like, we'd know that when we got to this spot to veer right or left and go around it, you know?
So you know what's something going on at the parks? You know what's something today going on at the parks that was never a thing when I was coming up? And we saw it yesterday at Owens Field and today at a park we went to before I dropped them off.
What's that?
Fucking disc golf. You familiar with this Frisbee game?
I've heard about it. I've seen the weird chain basket thing in the woods.
Right, exactly. So we want to fucking walk the trails in the woods, but motherfuckers are zipping Frisbees by our heads. And I mean, they're like, hey, just letting you know this Frisbee is going to come zooming by you. Just wanted to let you know. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And it's not like some little plastic Frisbee either. Isn't it like a heavier
I think
Frisbee?
some of them are differently weighted, such as in golf, your clubs are different sizes and weights and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that you can hit the ball farther. So are some of these fucking Frisbees, so that they can, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never played the shit.
Like arc around a corner and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's some hippie game, isn't it? Like fucking not.
So some high-ons throwing Frisbees at your kids and you didn't get in a fight.
Some
That's
guys
gross.
with hemp necklaces and cargo shorts.
Now who's being judgy?
Well, that's what they are.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, when they're done with that, they're gonna fucking play hacky sack and smoke a bowl.
Smoke a bowl. Kick around a bag of weed.
Kick around a bag of weed.
Bag of weed.
I heard you. I'm just saying they're gonna kick it around.
That's what the hacky sack is, isn't it? It's full
Oh
of weed.
shit! I don't know. Not the ones we used to kick around when I was a kid. No,
I don't fucking know. I don't mess with that shit.
don't touch the stuff. Fucking hacky sacks.
Yeah, I quit. I've been off hacky sack for like 16 years.
No shit. Man, that's impressive.
It's impressive.
Whoa. Got coins just flipping randomly.
I've been doing what I should have been doing from the beginning. Yay. For some reason I get props for that. It's like giving somebody props for raising their kid. It's like you should have been doing that anyway, pal.
Great job. 16 years you've been doing this. Man, let's throw you a party. Oh, God. All right. What do you think? You think you want to get into a topic?
Yeah, okay. That's why we're here. Is it? I don't know. Yes.
Let's
get into a topic.
Here? All right. Dude, you got to you motherfuckers can't see this shit. And I'm talking to the listeners, you motherfuckers. Y'all can't see this, but we did an episode a couple weeks ago with Tom about the necrophilia.
Oh, you talking about Carl Tanzler?
And you got the fucking picture of Carl Tanzler thumbtacked up on the wall. Yeah. And I feel like he's some kind of Nazi genocidal eugenics motherfucking person looking at me. That's what I feel like he is, because he's got those little tiny evil doctor glasses on.
He does. He kind of looks like a character from an Indiana Jones film or something.
It could be Indiana Jones, yeah, or some like Captain America villain or some shit, you know.
Yeah, some mad scientist
that worked for the Red Skull.
The reddest of skulls.
Oh God. All right, let's get into a topic. We're gonna flip a coin today. I think I'm gonna call it, because Joseph always calls it and he always says heads. Am I wrong? No, he said tail that one time. He was thinking about the Instagram chick. Thinking about tail. He called tails.
She's pretty.
So I'm gonna call it today. Is that cool with you, Joseph?
I agree to this.
That's verbal confirmation. We're at a go ahead. Go ahead, Morgan. All right. Coin is flipping. Tails. It is fucking tails.
Check that shit out.
Hell yeah. That's son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, Morgan.
Did you research a topic?
You know what? I have been researching one in particular that I'm not done with. So, you guys know, because we've done a couple of these, that we probably only put out one of them, but we've had this show running for about 6 months now, but we've only been on YouTube and the podcast channels for like less than a month, less than a month, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we have a backlog of episodes, and also the first 10 episodes were fucking shitty. Not the content, but the sound quality, and
we were learning.
Yeah, there was a learning curve. So
we're still learning.
We're doing remakes on some of these episodes because they were really good topics.
Yeah.
And we had good banter between us back then, and I think we may be able to keep that alive today. What do you think, Joseph?
Do we have good banter today?
I don't know. We'll see. Joseph's been hanging out with me a lot more since then, so...
Yeah, and Eric's not here. So everything's going to be serious.
Let me close my ESPN app where I was seeing how the fucking Green Bay was doing, and they're not doing well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, y'all. The topic today is going to be from an old episode, and it's that there was a movie in the early 2000s. I think it was a 2005 movie, and it was The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Exorcism of Emily Rose, and then I'm going to also go into the girl who the movie was based on, the actual real life, quote unquote, Emily Rose. But we're going to take some time right now, and maybe we'll go ahead and take a break and come back and get to talking about the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Coming Ash Wednesday, he's a demon's worst nightmare, a priest who enjoys the danger.
No guns, no jujitsu. Just get that demon out of that poor girl.
He was a priest who had seen it all and wanted to retire. Now he's gonna wish he had.
Your mother sets clocks in hell. Your mother smokes rocks so well.
Your mother smokes rocks so well. Your mother collects chimes and bells. Your mother sets clocks in hell.
Your mother has Glocks for sale.
Your mother fell down a well.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
You're gonna die. Your mother sets clocks in hell. Your mother sets clocks in hell. Your mother smokes rocks so well.
Your mother sets clocks in hell.
Your mother's ass looks like a bell.
Father Moore, this young priest will be your new partner.
New partner? Man, I'm getting too old for this shit.
If these priests can just stand each other, the demons don't stand a chance.
Hey, what you got in there, Padre?
Holy water from Assisi and frankincense?
A lot of old timers carry those.
Hey, don't kill anybody.
Hey, Legion. Hasta luego.
No! Man, I'm getting too old for this shit. Man, I hope you're as good as you say you are.
No demon can touch me.
I suppose we better register you as a lethal exorcist. Hey, did you ever met a demon you didn't expel?
Hey, I haven't expelled you yet.
Lethal Exorcist in theaters Ash Wednesday.
All right, guys, and we're back.
All right.
Okay, we I have this other topic pulled up because we were talking about it during the break, but we're I won the coin toss and
Winning.
And we're doing the Exorcism of Emily Rose today, which is a revisit from an episode you guys never heard.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're doing that. All right, the Exorcism.
I've not been drinking.
I swear this is a Bang energy drink. Exorcism. Remember that episode where Eric was like sleep deprived, like 3 days sleep deprived, and was slurring his words like he had been drinking?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say anything to him about it when we listened to it back.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to say anything to him about it. But, oh man, because I knew he'd be so self-conscious about it. But man,
It was funny.
of course we ended up saying something to him about it because it was fucking hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
I don't know if anybody else thought it was funny. He did say that on the episode, though, that he'd been awake for 3 days.
Yeah.
That was not a lie, probably.
Yeah, poor guy. All right. So, Exorcism of Emily Rose was a 2005 film. Let's look at what an exorcism is. All
Yes.
right.
What is an exorcism?
Well, the Oxford Dictionary of Languages.
God. Can we trust this Oxford guy?
Oxford guy. I think isn't that like the Oxford University in England?
Oh, okay. It's not just some guy.
I think it's a compilation of guys and
Guys and gals.
gals,
Lads
and lasses. What the fuck? That's what was coming out of my mouth, man. Damn. All right. Yes. Great minds think alike.
Crazy English.
All right. So it's the expulsion or attempted expulsion of a supposed. They had to throw that in there. of a supposed evil spirit from a person or place. The rite of exorcism. Yeah. So, which is very similar.
I like it that they threw supposed in there.
Oh,
At first, it bothered me, and I was like, well, who are they to judge the evilness of a spirit? Maybe that's why they threw it in there.
oh, because maybe supposed only amplifies the word evil and not the word spirit.
Yeah, maybe it's not a supposed spirit. Maybe it's just supposedly evil.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've heard it's evil, but who even knows what evil is?
Okay.
All depends on which side of the fence you're standing on, really.
Let's see. Here's another part. Driving out, casting out, expulsion, insulfation, catharsis, insufflation. Insufflation?
Insufflation?
It's a word. Catharsis, cleansing, purification, purgation, release, deliverance, lustration. Lustration. What the fuck?
My phone fell down. I was watching football. It's off. I'm not watching football now. It just fell over.
That's like in those old movies where the kid's like pretending to read a book and he goes to pick it up and some dirty magazine falls out or something. You're like watching the game over there. It's fine. It's whatever.
I'm like, oh yeah, it's really interesting, Morgan.
So in exorcisms, it says the Bible's account of the life of Jesus. We're all familiar that there is a book that is widely called the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah. I think most people are aware of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the Bible. Mm-hmm. The Bible's account of the life of Jesus features several exorcism stories.
Yeah, where he cast some bunch of demons out of some dude, and they infected a bunch of pigs, and the pigs went and drowned themselves in the sea or something. Wasn't that a story from the Bible, or did I just make that up?
I don't recall that. How did it go again?
Some dude had a bunch of demons in him. Jesus was like, "Hey, I'll help you out with this. Cast the demons out of the man." The demons went from the man into a bunch of swine. The swine went and drowned themselves in the ocean. Sea, probably.
Wow. I'm not familiar with
I
that
may have
story.
made that up.
That's a good one.
Sounds made up.
I don't know. I will look it up after the program.
It's all really made up at some point, right?
Stories that are handed down are usually also made up.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like words. All words were made up at one time.
Yeah. So what I looked up, I found,
Yes.
I just went with one example.
Good.
That was not it. In the Gospel of Luke, a boy is possessed by a demon, and it makes him foam at the mouth and experience violent spasms. Jesus is shown to have unique power to cast out the demons and promises that his followers can do the same. And there was a oh wow, okay, this is talking about from the movie though, but there was a after the movie The Exorcism,
Yeah.
there was a 50% increase in the number of exorcisms. Oh no, this is just saying, I'm sorry. This is just saying there was a 50% increase in the number of exorcisms between the early 1960s and the mid 1970s, which also the movie The Exorcism with
that
Linda
came
Blair
out like in the late 70s, I thought.
came out in the late 70s.
I think.
I don't know. I didn't research that movie. I researched a different movie.
Well, I'm just saying the movie didn't inspire the rise in the exorcisms if they started in the 60s.
Okay, maybe the movie was inspired by all the exorcisms going on.
Mm-hmm.
Think so?
I think so.
They say, I think I saw it in my research because it's been 6 months. This was like the very first topic I did, isn't it?
Oh, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Oh, it all comes full circle.
Full circle.
I don't know what's wrong with my talking today.
That's all right. Yeah, so I think in this research it talks about how a lot of movies were based on the real life girl that had the exorcism, and I think The Exorcism was one of those movies back then, which was for the time that it came out, apparently it was a very frightening movie.
The Exorcism?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've seen it, but I didn't see it when it came out,
It was very scary when it came out.
Yeah.
My cousin had to get like hypnotized and shit. She was so scared because she had like one of those 4-post beds, just like Linda Blair had.
Oh, fuck.
You know?
So she was like scared to death that she was going to be possessed.
I think so, yeah.
Man.
I mean, there might have been something else going on there, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
she's okay now.
Good.
I don't think she's possessed by demons right now.
Not at the moment,
Yeah.
but who knows what's going to happen later. So, Exorcism of Emily Rose was a 2005 film. It was directed by Scott Derrickson, and it was starring Jennifer Carpenter. Jennifer Carpenter played Dexter Morgan's sister in the TV show Dexter that used to come on HBO. It came on HBO. Okay, no, Showtime. I think it was Showtime. That's right. Man, that was a fucking fantabulous show. I loved it. But
A lot of people say good things about it.
yeah, it was cool. It was uniquely put together. But yeah, so Jennifer Carpenter played Deborah Morgan. She was in all 7 seasons of the show. And she's a very attractive woman unless Joseph looks her up, and then you'll find the most fucking lopsided face picture of her that there is out there and be like, God, what's wrong with her face?
And that's why I'm single.
So in the movie, the Reverend Moore, who is the priest, is prosecuted for the wrongful death of a girl thought to be demonically possessed because he administered the church-sanctioned exorcism that ultimately killed her. Prosecuting attorney Ethan Thomas contends that the young woman, Emily Rose, suffered from schizophrenia and should have been medically diagnosed. Meanwhile, defense lawyer Aaron Bruner argues that Emily's condition cannot be explained by science alone. Dude, this movie got 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. Do you care about that?
That's like a bad rating, isn't it? Rotten Tomatoes is the one where like normal humans review the movies or something, right?
I thought it was.
Like it's not some asshole who went to college for reviewing movies. It's like normal people who work regular jobs.
I don't know. I thought that it was normal people. I thought it was like a vote thing. Like people go on and they say, hey, this movie was good. And that's what kind of makes the rating. And so the rating can change over time.
But you doubt it because it only got 44%?
44%, man. That was a fucking great movie to me. And a lot of people I know that have seen it, a lot of the women I know that have seen it are scared to death of it. Like they think it's a frightening movie.
Oh, so it's a good date movie.
Yeah. It's a good date movie. That's a good way to put it. I didn't watch it with a date because the first time I saw it, I was smoking crack. No one wants to date a crackhead. True story.
That's impressive, though, that you smoked crack and sat through an entire movie, though.
Well, I wasn't actively taking hits while I watched the movie, but I was an active crackhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the movie budget was at $19 million and the movie earned $145.2 million. So that's a good profit off the movie.
That seems like a great profit.
It's not a blockbuster, but that's fucking good profit. I'm happy with that if I'm the production company, right?
It's over 100% profit. I think if it's over 100%, you should be happy with it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Damn.
It won an MTV Movie Award for Most Frightened Performance. I think that was for Jennifer Carpenter. Dude, she fucking slayed that role. Like,
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see her in other things and not think of her as Emily Rose because she fucking owned that part, man. And not just that part, but then she was the sweet Emily Rose, and then she was the possessed Emily Rose, and then she like did the demons at one point that were in her, like she had to portray them, and it's like, fuck, man, it was spine chilling to me. I love that movie. Apparently I'm doing a topic on it, so
Yeah. Seems like you like it.
yeah. So the plot of the movie I can run through real quick. Aaron Bruner's lawyer, she's seeking to become a senior partner at her law firm, takes the case of Father Richard Moore. He's the priest that's charged with the negligent homicide following attempted exorcism of 19-year-old student Emily Rose. While the archdiocese wants Moore to plead guilty to minimize the crime's public attention, Moore instead pleads not guilty. During the trial, the statements of the witnesses are visualized via flashbacks. So the movie is kind of like in trial time, but as they're explaining the story, a lot of it comes through in the flashbacks, like it says. But the prosecuting attorney, Ethan Thomas, interrogates several doctors and neurologists to establish a medical cause for Emily's death. They really want to, and it's understandable. A lot of people don't believe in God, even when they go to church and attend church regularly, and it's the whole doubting Thomas thing, that if you haven't seen it, if you haven't physically seen miracles with your own eyes, then it's hard to believe that there's a God, maybe.
I guess. I don't really ascribe to that. So
yeah, but I think that's a lot of people's hold up with God, is that they don't see things working in their favor. They don't see things magically happening for them and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, no God.
Oh, yeah. Some people, I've heard people imply that prayer is like bullshit because when they pray for something, it didn't change anything.
Right. Yeah.
And that doesn't really.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't
right?
add up to me, but my brain works different, maybe.
The other argument that a lot of people have is that if science can prove it, then it's not God.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is contradictory,
That's nonsense, too, to me. Science explaining things doesn't really come across as a evidence of non-God or something to me.
It's just...
or that it's not God.
Not to me. To me, that's just another step in figuring out what God did.
Yeah, you just know a little bit more.
Right, yeah.
But
I can understand people's holdups because I've had them myself. I've had them in the past. So
yeah, for the most part, I'm okay with people having whatever shit they want to walk around with.
That's right.
As long as they don't come pushing it on me. I have noticed when I was younger, the like Protestant type folks were really fucking pushy with their shit.
Yes.
Like, you'd be like, oh, I was raised Catholic. And they're like, well, that's not good enough. And they'd start pushing their shit on you.
Right.
Or they tell you that, you're an idol worshiper or what the fuck ever. And then if I tried
God.
I'm just a Satanist and I'm okay with that, they would, freak out about that. If I would be like, I believe Jesus was a time traveler, they would still push their shit on me. This was like when I was younger. They seem to have backed off a lot from that. But I have noticed that a lot of folks who are like atheists or whatever seem to be almost as equally as pushy with their shit.
Fuck yeah, they are.
It's like, okay, just let me believe in it. Can I believe in like fucking unicorns and fucking fairies if I want?
They want to know why you believe that. Like, what makes you believe that?
Yeah.
Because they want to disprove it, right?
I guess, yeah. And it's like, can I just fucking go with it?
I'm
not hurting anybody.
I thought you were just going to say that they're like pushing to try and get you in their church. I've had friends recently.
What, the atheist church?
No, not atheists, but like the Bible thumpers.
Oh, yeah. Well, they used to. Yeah, they would try and invite me over to their house for dinner and to come worship with them and shit.
I bought a few years back. I bought a fucking like some kind of toy. Like kitchen set toy for the kids, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a whole kitchen setup, but it's all like play school or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I bought that from a high school friend of mine, and I went to meet her to pick it up. And she's like, what church are you going to? Are you happy with it? And I'm like, oh my God. She was in a mega church here, where they cater to young parents, and they take your kids from you as soon as you walk through the door and put them in some separate room, and then they play rock music and have a big Megatron with the pastor who's in some other city preaching, just to take your money. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's what's happening.
I dated a girl who I went to her church because I'd never been to a church like that before.
Right.
I went there and it was like, because I'm used to Catholic church.
Yeah.
I want like beautiful artwork and images of people being tortured when I go to church.
Fuck?
That's what I want, and that's what I expected when I walked in there. There was none of that. There was no stained glass. There was not even a fucking crucifix. It was just a fucking podium and a rock band with like a big screen behind them. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was like a self-help event or something.
Isn't that weird? I mean, to me.
To me, it was weird, yeah. And then people were like speaking in these like gibberish.
Oh, speaking in tongues. That's what they call it.
And like throwing ribbons around and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't for me.
And this isn't, I'm
Girl
sorry.
was cute though.
I apologize if you guys go to the mega church, or if you are in a Protestant religion that actively, or atheist that actively promotes your beliefs in the face of other people. Like, we're not trying to discourage you from doing that. Just saying, giving you our experience with it. I think Joseph and I both grew up Catholic, so it's tough to.
It was just weird for me.
Yeah, it's a different thing, right?
They did have coffee though. I thought that was pretty badass.
Boom, coffee.
They had like a full-on coffee shop.
That's right.
I was impressed. That was the thing I was most impressed
Full-on
with.
coffee shop.
Yeah,
The
like
fuck?
a counter and barista. They had the whole fucking deal, dude.
What? You got a Starbucks in the fucking church?
Well, it wasn't called Starbucks, but it was, like, I don't know, Jesus Fuel or whatever they called it.
Jesus Fuel.
I don't know, but I thought that was a really cool idea. And they did have a level of community that I was not getting because I was going to a Catholic church at the time.
Oh, okay.
That I was not getting at the Catholic church.
Okay.
Because when I go to a Catholic church, it's like kind of like a lot of old stuffy people.
It is.
And
they keep to themselves.
yeah, and everybody kind of keeps to themselves. If you go in there to meet women, you can just forget about it because the only available women are like 16 or younger,
Right.
or 70 and older.
Yep.
Yep. And between those ages, there's a bunch of really attractive women, but they're all taken.
They're all quote unquote taken.
Supposedly.
For now. So I was saying that they, the prosecuting attorney wanted to find some kind of medical excuse for this, so that they could blame the death on somebody.
It's
and
important to have someone to blame.
And I think there were some circumstances also where Emily was encouraged to stop taking the medicine and let the exorcism work instead.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, what makes you a doctor kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that stuff holds up in court,
Yeah, especially if you're like a religious leader of some type, people will, part of the responsibility of being a leader is that people might do stuff that you ask them to do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you can't lead people astray, I think. So Emily, let's see. So Emily dropped out of college studies after being consistently struck by delusions and muscle spasms at 3 a.m. She returned to her parents' home, and 3 a.m. is significant in the demon world. It's explained on the movie, and I mentioned it in our first recording of this. Mm-hmm. But 3 p.m. is important to Christians. I know Catholics as a time of mercy is what it's called. And it's because on Good Friday, the belief is that when Jesus was crucified, I think he was nailed on the cross at noon, spent 3 hours in agony, and then at 3 p.m. he died. And so 3 p.m., which obviously none of us were there with watches, you know, but that's just what we subscribe to. So 3 p.m. is known as the hour of mercy, and 3 a.m. is the reciprocal of that, the antithesis of that, where it's the hour of, it's like a ghostly hour, a haunting hour, you know, so demons are most active at 3 a.m.
Yeah, if you got like shadow people in your house or something, they're more likely to be fucking with you around 3 a.m.
Yeah, and I notice I wake up at 3 a.m. a lot. And, you know, back in the past, especially after seeing this movie years ago, I would like immediately start praying the Our Father or something, and I would usually fall back asleep before I was even done with it. But I'd be like, oh fuck, what time is it? And I'd look and go, fuck, it's 3 a.m.
Do you have problems with shadow people?
Not anymore.
Well, prayer's probably working then.
Yeah, boom.
Evidence.
Take that, Satan.
I had one the other night that's like, it felt like it was like choking me or something, like not like squeezing my throat, but somehow like pressing the air out of me, you know? It was kind of freaky.
Damn.
But, you know, I've also, you know.
You live with them.
Maybe I stopped breathing at night too.
You choose to live with your ghosts.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate to sage them out of the house. They were there before I got there. You know, they have just as much right to be there. They're not hurting anybody.
Are they pressing the air out of your lungs?
Well, that was unusual. That was an unusual one. Usually they'll just like pull on my arm.
Right.
You know, or tug on my leg or something.
Get them to jack you off, man. Come on, you guys are going to be tugging. Tug on something worth tugging.
I got something you could tug on right here. Maybe I'll tell them that tonight.
Yeah, try that one out.
Shit, that might save me some money.
So yeah, Emily was returned to her parents' home and was treated with epilepsy and psychosis medication. Father Moore was consulted when her condition failed to improve, and his assessment and observation led him to the conclusion that Emily was being possessed by a demon. With the consent of Emily's parents, Moore subjected Emily to an exorcism that ultimately failed. Moore surmised that Emily's medications were to blame for the unsuccessful expulsions. So that's why, and they paralyzed Emily's brain activity and kept the demons out of reach. So that's why he suggested that she stop taking the medications, because he thought they were hindering the execution. I mean, the exorcism.
The medicines were preventing him from being able to access the demons,
right,
so he could get them the hell out of there.
Right, exactly. So him wanting to, right?
Yeah,
I think it was a bad call.
It's an interesting blend of science and like demonology or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Because
I see where you're going.
Back
with
in the day, the belief was when people were sick, they were possessed by demons or spirits. You know?
Yeah. The ents saying "God bless you" when people sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just because we understand that, like, say, epilepsy is a thing. Doesn't mean it's still not a demon.
Ooh. Okay.
You know,
hell yeah.
Like I look at my my disease of addiction like that. I think of my disease of addiction as like this other entity. That it's not me. It's this separate thing inside of me.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
Yeah. That's how I've looked at addiction too.
Yeah, because when I was using, I often felt like something else was driving me. Like something else was steering me around.
Yeah.
You know, that I was not in control of. And it's true. I was in control of very little things in my life.
Share that. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Back to the movie.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing.
No, don't apologize. That was great. compare it to addiction, because, yeah, totally. Addiction is a demon.
It is.
To me. So Father Moore, wanting to tell Emily's story, gives his testimony when he's called to the witness stand. Oh, yeah. His attorney begins. So the chick, Erin Bruner, she begins experiencing supernatural phenomena at home, waking up herself at 3 a.m. and smelling like this burning smell. And Moore warns her that she may be a target for the demons, revealing that he too has experienced similar phenomena on the night he was preparing for the exorcism. Bruner, the lawyer, supports him by summoning an anthropologist. Oh man, I remember that. Sadira Adena. That chick, she's like
what a cool name.
Yeah, she's like I've seen her in a lot of supporting roles, or but she's this Indian chick, and she's just got this way about her that's really attractive, but she's like older, not elderly, but she's, older than me, trying to be as gentle with that as I can, because she's probably around your age.
There are some good looking broads my age.
Yeah. So Bruner summons this anthropologist to testify about the beliefs of the surrounding spiritual possessions from various cultures, but Thomas, the other attorney, dismisses her claims as nonsense. Oh, that must be nice to just be in court and go, I object. That's nonsense. And the judge is like, sustained.
I'm going to try that with like my ex-wife and baby mama. That's nonsense. See how that goes.
See how that goes in the courtroom. Let's see. Graham Cartwright, who was the medical doctor who attended the exorcism. So they had a doctor there for the exorcism. Again, we're talking about a movie here, people. Because I'm giving this information feeling like I'm talking about real life events,
but it's
not
based
yet.
on real life events.
It is based on real life events, and there were doctors there at the real life exorcism.
Okay.
Yeah. So the doctor that was there gives a tape, an audio tape of the exorcism to the attorney, and then he dies. He gets hit by a car or some shit.
The attorney or the doctor?
No, the doctor. After he gave the tape to the attorney, he then got hit by a car and died. Demons all up in this shit.
I'm confused now.
Okay.
The real life doctor or the movie doctor?
The movie doctor.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the real life doctor dying. We're in the movie still.
Okay.
Yep.
I like movies.
Moore presents the recording as evidence. Cartwright's testimony to authenticate the exorcism and refute the prosecution's medical case is prevented when he is suddenly struck by a car. So see, he dies.
Boom.
Yep. And cannot testify. A distraught Bruner, who's the lawyer, retreats to her office where her boss threatens her with termination if she allows Moore to testify again. Blah, blah, blah. She does it anyways. Blah, blah, blah. The next
She can't
day,
follow instructions.
the next day, Moore takes the witness stand. Again, to read his letter that Emily wrote before she died. And I gotta say, that was like, for me, taking in all that evil throughout the movie. They read that letter towards the end there, and that was like ending it on a bright note to me. She talked about, maybe it says, on the morning after the exorcism, Emily was visited by the Virgin Mary. This is all in her note.
Yeah.
So she was visited by the Virgin Mary in a field near her house and was permitted the choice of ascending to heaven. However, Emily chose to stay and endure the suffering and later receive stigmata on her hands. Thomas does not interpret the markings as a divine sign. That's the prosecution. He does not interpret the markings as a divine sign, but rather as traces of self-inflicted injuries. But the jury ultimately reached a verdict of guilty for the priest and for the parents, I think, and asked the judge to give a sentence of time served. Although momentarily shocked by the suggestion, the judge ultimately accepts it, and Moore is free to go. And his attorney is offered a partnership at her firm, but she declines it. She's like, fuck y'all.
Why?
Anyways, and according to the movie, Moore states that the time will come where Emily will be declared a saint. So I thought, to me, that's really touching to be offered from the mother of Jesus to come into heaven. Like, I'll take you now, just come with me, and I'll take you right into heaven. And she says, no, I'm going to stay here and endure this for other people so they don't have to, was her thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I thought that was really touching, you know? It's cool to think that somebody would do that somebody would want to endure all that bullshit for other people. You know, that's kind of the thing about Jesus, right? Jesus being crucified. It's said that the reason Jesus was crucified was for our sins, you know?
That's what they say, yeah.
Yeah. And
that's the word on the street.
That's the word on the street. Yeah, but you know, doing that, I don't know.
Is the original, did the original person actually get sainted?
I don't think so. That's it. In the research that I did, I don't think that came up. But she did do that. She did continue the suffering in the I think she stopped the exorcisms at some point. We'll get to it in just a second.
Oh, okay.
If you want to.
Am I jumping ahead?
Yeah, you're getting a little ahead of yourself there, Joseph. We're not talking about the real person. We're talking about Jennifer Carpenter's character of Emily Rose.
Okay. Getting too big for your britches, see?
Fine-ass, long-legged Jennifer Carpenter. That's who we're talking about right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
But that's it. That's the movie. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll take another break here and come back and talk about the actual girl, Analiese.
I like that name.
All right, let's do that. Let's take a break. You ready?
Ready?
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with demonic possession? Were there signs of intolerance toward Christian symbols? Have insects been included in your recent diet? Psychiatrists and medical doctors have argued that medicine is the answer while preventing religious advisors from working wonders on your soul. If this is the case, you may be entitled to compensation. Hi, I'm Morgan Wood from Wood Electric Law Firm. Here at Wealth, we guarantee you the money you're entitled to. We will have our best religious priests, rabbis, and imams have a look at you. Once demonic possession is confirmed, and it's always confirmed, we will begin working hard to get you the money you deserve.
My niece was demonically possessed, and Wood Electric Law Firm was able to find a Catholic priest that was willing to convince her to stop taking her medicine and instead begin the ritual of the rite of exorcism. And it was so easy to tell that she was possessed because she complained about every meal that was put in front of her and always refused to make her bed. She was 4, and she died after the 75th attempted exorcism, but we've been compensated, and that's what's really important. Thanks, Wood Electric Law Firm.
Thanks, Peter. Here at Wood Electric Law Firm, we agree that money is what's important, and we will work hard to help you get it. Give us a call at 888-555-WELF. That's 888-555-9353. Call now! Wood Electric is an electric company. Morgan Wood has definitely not been to law school. He does not practice law legally. You should not take legal advice from this electrician. You will likely be compensated with $0. In fact, we guarantee no money will be coming to you from Wood Electric because they are not a law firm. Also, if Wood Electric has done work for you and your house has caught fire or a ceiling fan has fallen on a family member, please reach out to a real attorney that can sue him and his insurance company for everything they have. All right, and we're back. Okay, so we've wrapped up Emily Rose, and we're ready to get into the real life version of Emily Rose.
Annalise, you said?
Annalise. All right, her name is Analiese Michel. Michel. She was German. I don't know how to pronounce that. It kind of looks like Michael, but it's missing the A. It could be Michael. I won't mention it again. That way I'm not continually butchering it. How about that? Yeah. Her name was Anna Elizabeth, but everyone called her Annalise.
Wait, when was this?
So when was what? What?
Is this in like 1939 Germany?
No. This was she died in 1976.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
She's clear.
She was actually born after the war, so
A boomer.
yeah, I guess that's what you want to call her.
That's a boomer.
Is it in Germany?
Oh, I don't know if they do that in Germany.
Did you see the meme I posted a while back where it was like women making boomers in 1943 and women making boomers in 1945? It was like in 1943 they were making bombs.
Oh, yeah.
And then
1945, they got like 12 kids.
and then they got babies, yeah. So Annalise was a German woman who underwent Catholic exorcism rites during the year before her death. She was diagnosed with epileptic psychosis, same as Emily Rose, right? Temporal lobe epilepsy is what it was called, what it referred to, and had a history of psychiatric treatment, which was overall not effective. So she did the treatments for the psychiatric stuff, and it wasn't effective. Overall, not effective. Annalise was 16. When Annalise was 16, she experienced a seizure and was diagnosed with the psychosis caused by the temporal lobe epilepsy. So they think that the seizure caused the psychosis in her temporal lobe. That's what this is saying. Is that what you heard?
Yeah. Is that, I assume that's a thing that can happen.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a carpenter.
I don't know. I don't know if they knew. It's probably because she had the seizure and then the stuff started happening. So it was like, oh, this must be the causality. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be. Could be. I think Eric hates it when I say that.
When you say could be?
Yeah.
Oh, why does he hate it?
I'm just suspicious that he hates it. Because it sounds so
definitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I could see Eric not being happy with that. Eric, is this true? Let us know.
Email us, japtalian13@gmail.com.
Oh, fuck. So shortly thereafter, she was diagnosed with depression and treated by a psychiatric hospital. By the time she was 20, she had become intolerant of various religious objects and began to hear voices. Her condition worsened despite the medication, and she became suicidal, also displaying other symptoms for which she took medication as well. So that stuff was part of the movie where Emily Rose, as well as Annalise, I guess, became intolerant of religious objects like crucifixes, rosaries, things inside of the church, and started hearing voices and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I always wonder, or when I hear about things like this, I wonder if you approach the person with, say, a Star of David,
That's right. I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
would it have the same effect?
Right. Yeah.
Would they still be like really upset about? Yeah, get it away! Get that shit away from me! Get mad at you if you came at her with some sage or something, or
Yeah.
like an owl feather.
So I think the things that an owl feather.
Yeah, an owl, a feather from an owl, or I don't know.
Is that a religious
hawk or
object?
thing. Probably. I don't want to upset people I care about, but it could be a thing.
Okay. I'll buy
Oh,
that.
I just said could be again. God damn it.
That's okay. Eric's not here.
I got trauma.
Gaslighting you about your could be's.
Now I'm starting to doubt it.
After taking psychiatric medications for 5 years, failed to improve her symptoms, Annalise and her family became convinced she was possessed by a demon. As a result, her family appealed to the Catholic Church for an exorcism. So the family was like, okay, it's been, 5 fucking years here. Something's got to give. It's got to be demonic possession. That's what I feel like the family, how they came to that.
Yeah, that's what do you call that? The definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. If it doesn't work, try something different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, Joseph. Yeah. So while they were rejected at first by the Catholic Church, and after much hesitation, 2 priests ended up getting permission from the local bishop in 1975. The priest began... Ooh, that was a hard P. The priest. The priest.
Hard P.
The priest began conducting exorcism sessions, and the parents stopped consulting doctors. Annalise stopped eating food and died due to malnourishment and dehydration after 67 exorcism sessions. That sounds extreme.
It seems like a lot. I don't know how many is a normal amount of exorcisms. I'm going to guess 1 is abnormal.
Maybe they're looking at, well, she took over 1,000 pills.
The hard P.
I'm like my dad. I say S's and P's like a dick. Like a fucking asshole.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Go ahead.
No,
You were
I was
talking
saying,
about your dad?
No, I wasn't. I'm done with that.
She took over 1,000 pills.
Yeah, after 5 years of taking medication.
Oh, okay. That's what
5 fucking years of taking medication. I'm sure she took multiple pills a day.
Yeah,
I would
probably
think for psychosis, depression, and epilepsy.
Yeah, 1970s medicine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not as many as it would be today,
They're
but
probably like, all the fucking medication we shoved down her throat for 5 fucking years, we can do 67 exorcisms.
man, why not?
Yeah. I'm assuming. That's
Throw an
what
exorcism in there.
happened. Yeah. Do another one. So her parents and the priest were found guilty of negligent homicide and were sentenced to 6 months in jail. As well as a fine. So in the movie, they got time served. In real life, they got 6 months, which is still nothing. 6 months in jail, as opposed to murder, which would be in America, like 20, 25 years, something like that, depending on
I don't know
what else they attach to it.
Yeah.
So,
if you got arrested, it was resisting arrest, first of all. Because that's an automatic when you get arrested.
Don't listen to him. He's never been arrested before.
That's because I'm silky, baby. They can't catch me.
So,
Oh, shit. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Knock on wood.
So let's look at the psychiatric part of it, right? So in 1970, in June, she suffered from her third seizure at a psychiatric hospital where she had been staying. Annalise was prescribed anticonvulsion drugs for the first time, including Dilantin, which did not alleviate the problem. She began describing seeing devil's faces at various times of the day. That's something that happened in the movie. I thought it was really cool where Emily Rose was like walking down the road and normal people would be walking next to her, but what she sees is their faces turning into like demon faces and shit.
Oh, geez.
She is freaking the fuck out. God, that movie was good. The same month, she was prescribed another drug, Aleppt, is what I'm calling it. Which is similar to chlorpromazine and is used in the treatment of various psychoses, including schizophrenia. And schizophrenia is a disturbed behavior and delusions. By 1973, she suffered from depression, we mentioned that, and began hallucinating while praying, and complained about hearing voices telling her that she was damned and would rot in hell. Annalise's treatment in psychotic hospitals did not improve her health, and her depression worsened. Long-term treatment did not help either, and she grew increasingly frustrated with the medical intervention, taking pharmaceutical drugs for 5 years. Yeah, like I said, they were frustrated with that shit. They're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? Nothing's working. I don't know if they said what the fuck, but I would have. I'd have been like, what the fuck?
What?
So after all of this is when she began to become intolerant of Christian sacred places and objects, such as the crucifix. So there you go, Joseph. They show her the Star of David. She eats it up. Give me that
okay with
Star
that.
of David.
Yeah.
Give me that Hindu cow.
Well, maybe they only observe Christian ones, you know. But I imagine in Germany in the 70s, and certainly today, it's not unusual to have a bunch of different religious stuff around.
I'm sure they have tons of it.
They put a lot of extra effort into
Being religious.
being open-minded and accepting of other people because they want to get as far away from that reputation as they can, I imagine.
Yeah, they had that one guy that didn't like people.
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk about it too. Like he made a big deal about it and wanted everyone else to come along with him on his adventures.
Yeah. Can you imagine some world leader today trying to conquer countries? Like, not like...
Yeah, that's not how we do it now. Yeah.
Nope.
You don't need to conquer the country now.
Nah.
No.
I'm talking about, like, going in, killing, raping, and staking a flag down and saying, nah, you're United States now.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't do that anymore.
To Germany. Like, we go to Germany and do that. Or we go to fucking, Australia and fucking put a flag down or something and be like, fuck you guys. You're us. Get rid of the accents.
That's what the corporations do.
Learn American English.
They just don't ask you to change much other than like
That's
where
what the
your resources.
corporations do.
Yeah, they just want your resources.
Fuck.
They're like, you can keep your flag. We don't give a fuck about your flag. We want your precious metals and oil and whatever the fuck else you got.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Because if you go in there and destroy the infrastructure and fuck everything up, it doesn't do them any good. Then they got to pay for that too.
Oh, yeah.
Plus you've killed off half your workforce. So,
Son of a bitch.
war's messy.
War's messy. I know, I've seen it.
Well, like Germany got totally fucked up. So did Japan. They got fucked up, man.
Fucked up. Japan got fucked up.
Yeah.
Germany got fucking split down the middle. Mm-hmm. Talk about building a wall.
They firebombed all their fucking cities, The place was fucked up. Just fine now, apparently. I haven't been there, but they recovered pretty quick. They recovered a lot faster than South Carolina from the Civil War.
Fuck is wrong with you, South Carolina? What the fuck?
Our roads are still fucked up. The Autobahn, I bet that road ain't fucked up.
Nah, that's one of the safest roads to be on.
Probably.
People know how to drive. If you're driving slow, you stay to the fucking right. Get the fuck out of the way. I have some road rage even when I'm in the studio. All right, so Annalise went to
You're traumatized.
Annalise went to San Damiano with a family friend who regularly organized Christian pilgrimages. Her escort, not male escort, or any kind of escort like what Joseph's thinking, because I see him looking at me. Somebody say escort. I got a couple bucks.
How much money I got in my account?
No, her escort on the trip concluded that she was suffering from demonic possessions because she was unable to walk past a crucifix. And damn, that must have been a pretty difficult fucking journey for her. Fuck.
People are wearing them because it's a pilgrimage. People are carrying the shit around with them.
She's standing at the back every time she comes to one. She's like, nope, how do I get around this?
Yeah, the tour bus that's taking them there has probably got them all in the inside of
Or
it.
wonder if she just totally freaked out and started screaming at some high-pitched volume every time she walked by one.
God.
Like, some shit like that.
Oh, man. That'd be awful.
I'm sorry, Annalise. I don't mean to pick on you. Yeah, I'm just picking on your situation. And she refused to drink water from a Christian holy spring. Where's San Damiano? San Damiano. That sounds Portuguese or Spanish or something.
Yeah. You want me to take a minute and look it up?
Yeah, you look it up. I'll talk to the audience. Annalise. Oh, so this was in the what I call him, escort. This was in the escort's account. This is what he said. Annalise told me and Fräulein. It's a German name. Fraulein. And Fraulein confirmed this, that she was unable to enter the shrine. She approached it with the greatest hesitation and then said that the soil burned like fire, and she simply could not stand it. She then walked around the shrine in a wide arc. Oh, that's how she got around. She walked around in a wide arc, and tried to approach it from the back. Then she looked at the people who were kneeling in the area surrounding the little garden, and it seemed to her that while praying, they were gnashing their teeth. Ooh. She got as far as the edge of the little garden, and then she turned back. Coming from the front again, she had to avert her glance from the picture of Christ. She made it several times in the garden. She made it several times in the garden, but could not get past it. She made it several times to the garden. So she tried to go to the garden, but she couldn't get past it. She also noted that she could no longer look at medals or pictures of saints. They sparkled so immensely that she could not stand it. And that was Father Alt. That was the escort, I guess. What'd you find over there?
Oh, San Damiano is in Assisi, Italy.
Oh, okay.
Like St. Francis.
Oh, Assisi.
Yeah.
St. Francis of Assisi.
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, it's
I
kinda
want to
cool.
go there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Just leave this stuff here.
Let's go. In the Catholic Church, official approval for an exorcism is given when the person strictly meets the set criteria. Then they are considered to be suffering from possession and under demonic control. Intense dislike for religious objects and supernatural powers are some of the first indications.
Check.
They have not told us of any of her supernatural powers yet.
Ooh. Like super strength or
Oh, yeah.
X-ray vision.
Or like hovering, like what's it called? Levitation.
Levitation. Yeah. Phase through walls.
Phasing through walls. Damn, that'd be a good one.
That'd be kind of cool. That'd be good for work. It'd make going through a crawl space a lot easier because you wouldn't have to crawl. You could just walk. You walk over there and then lay down.
And lay down, pop your head in, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Straight through the floor.
There would be no excuse for drilling up through a floor when you're in a crawl space if you had that power.
Are your tools also phasing?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. Because then you'd be naked, and nobody likes that on the job site.
Phase through your clothes?
Yeah.
You
show
do that
up with
when
no
you
tools.
when you see a chick, you just like phase your dick right through your pants. Hey, look at this. Start helicoptering that motherfucker.
Chicks love that.
Yeah, okay. Is that what they told you?
No. No, they did not tell me that.
All right. Annalise worsened physically and displayed aggression, self-injury, drank her own urine, and ate insects, which is abnormal from her usual behavior before the possession. Because I know Joseph would probably think people that display aggression, self-injure, drink urine, eat insects, people do that shit.
People do that shit. That's exactly where I was going.
Who says they're not demonically possessed?
Well, that seems kind of culturalist.
Actually, never mind. I won't say anything.
So you're stuck on a life raft.
I won't say anything about
and you're drinking your own urine to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
I guess when you have other options and you choose urine.
A lot of people do that. And
I've seen it.
A lot of people do like other people's urine.
Yeah. That's some good porn.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It's intimate.
It's intimate.
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 Yeah.
Intimate.
Sometimes we just want to be close to someone.
That's right.
I just want to be close to you and urinate in your mouth.
So in November of 1973, Annalise started treatment with Tegretol, an anti-seizure drug and mood stabilizer. More drugs. She was prescribed antipsychotic drugs during the course of the religious rites and took them frequently until sometime before her death. So she took them as they were doing the exorcism.
But the one in the movie did not.
Right, because they thought it was getting in the way, right? That's what it said.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
so
the real one, she kept taking the medicine.
It says that
different medicines.
Yeah, and frequently until sometime before her death. So, what? Yeah, I guess you can't take them after her death. That was vague as fuck.
That would be weird. That would be unusual.
Yeah.
I'm not judging it. I don't mean to sound judgmental.
Well,
you're free to take your medicine after you die if you wish.
Yeah, I guess so. If that's how you're going to do it.
Unless a bunch of junkies come and steal it out of your cabinets.
Fucking junkies. Always taking the medicine.
Taking dead people's pills.
First thing they do when they go, quote unquote, use the bathroom is open the medicine cabinet. All right, what do we got in here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Despite taking these neuroleptic medications, Annalise's symptoms worsened and she began to manifest growling, seeing demons, throwing things. Damn, I bet that was fucking...
Throwing things? Like a can of tomato sauce? When you're talking back, she throws it at you?
After growling.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've dated that?
I've dated that. That's not unusual.
Come
That's
on,
normal.
And is it normal? I've not had a chick throwing things at me. I'll say I've dated a lot of fucking what I consider crazy women. Dude, I can't think of one throwing shit at me. Damn, Joseph. Take a look at that.
You pick out the next one then.
So, I tried that. You turned it down. So the priest, The priest who was the escort, Father Alt, whom they met, on seeing her, declared that she didn't look like an epileptic.
What's that mean?
I'll say he's not a doctor. I don't think he can make that. And that he did not see her having seizures. Alt believed that she was suffering from demonic possession and urged the local bishop to allow an exorcism.
Wait, how do you know Alt wasn't a doctor? He could be a doctor.
He could have been a doctor.
A lot of priests
Just
have
as
medical knowledge or like knowledge of art history or accounting or whatever.
Okay, calm down. That was a good point. You don't have to yell at me, throw all kinds of accusations.
I want to know what that means, though. She didn't look like an epileptic. Do they look different?
He probably meant
Is that what that sentence meant?
The things that she was suffering from that they were calling seizures, he didn't see them as seizures.
Oh, okay. It wasn't
was
like
like,
she's got blue eyes. Clearly,
Yeah.
she's not epileptic.
Right. That's probably not how it went. Yeah. Let's see. He in the letter that he wrote, let's see. Oh, no. He included in a letter. I'm sorry. He included that Annalise wrote, "I am nothing. Everything about me is vanity. What should I do? I have to improve. You pray for me." And also once told him, and this is where it comes back to Emily Rose, that scene at the end, "I want to suffer for other people. Nice. But this is so cruel," she said.
That would be a good pickup line.
Would it? I want to date you because I want to suffer.
Dude, some broad walks up to you and tells you that she wants to suffer for other people. You wouldn't be into that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you would.
Maybe.
You would.
He knows me too well.
I want to suffer for other people.
All right, you're not a chick. So in September of the same year, this says, I'm sorry, this name caught me off guard because the name caught me off guard.
Did you go somewhere?
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I did. The name, so it's Bishop Joseph Stengel, and it's the German Joseph, so it ends in an F. And Stengel is close to Mengel.
Yeah, that's
who was the Nazi doctor.
I was like, oh, dude, we're doing Mangle again. Mangala.
Yeah. So Bishop Joseph Stengel granted the priest Arnold Rentz permission to exorcise according to the Ritual Romanium of 1614. And that is the Roman ritual, is one of the official rituals that gives the Roman Rite of Catholic Church is one of the official ritual works of the Roman Rite of the Catholic Church. It contains all of these services which may be performed by a priest or a deacon. So the bishop granted Arnold Renz permission to exorcise the demons. All right, but ordered total secrecy. So Father Renz performed the first session on the 24th of September. Annalise began talking increasingly about dying to atone for the wayward youth of the day and the apostate priests of the modern church, which is sweet. That's nice of her to want to do that. She refused to eat towards the end. At this point, her parents stopped consulting doctors on her request. And so she requested that her parents stop consulting the doctors, is what it says, and relied solely on the exorcism rites and 67 exorcism sessions, 1 or 2 a week, lasting up to 4 hours, were performed over the 10 months in 75 to 76. And on July of 1976, Annalise died in her home. The autopsy report stated that the cause was malnutrition and dehydration due to being in a semi-starvation state for almost a year while the rites of exorcism were performed. She weighed 30 kilograms, which in America means 68 pounds. America.
Oh, God.
Yeah, suffering broken knees due to continuous genuflections. In the movie, the genuflection she was doing, like she would like slam down to her knees and then pop right back up and slam down to her fucking knees and pop right back up.
It makes my knees hurt just thinking about it.
Oh my God, it was fucking broken knees, right? She was unable to move without assistance and was reported to have contracted pneumonia. After an investigation, the state prosecutor maintained that Analise's death could have been prevented even 1 week before she died, had they fed her normal food. But if she's refusing to eat the food, what are they supposed to do?
I mean, they can force feed people.
Yeah, I guess they can. In 1976, the state changed Analise's parent. Oh, I'm sorry. The state charged Analise's parents and priest, both Ernest Alt and Arnold Renz, with negligent homicide during the case. Her body was exhumed and tapes were played to the court of the exorcism over the 11 months which led to her death. The parents were defended by, I'm not going to go through the names of these German lawyers. The state recommended that no involved parties be jailed. Instead, the recommended sentence for the priest was a fine, while the prosecution concluded that the parents should be exempt from punishment as they had suffered enough, which is criterion in German law, and then it gives some fucking law reference. And of course, I have the there's a scene in the Exorcism of Emily Rose where she's going through the demons. You know, they're in the exorcism and they want the demons' names, and it was just a really spine-chilling.
It's like a
scene
requirement
for
for throwing them out, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's the way it seems to me.
Because the demon would be like, "Well, he ain't talking to me.
Yeah,
That's not my name."
And you guys got to understand that some of this, which was the case with Annalise, some of this is her own voice talking over itself, and it's in different languages, be German, Greek, Latin, English, you know, so there's several languages there. I think Polish was another one. But and she named off the demons, or no, she didn't name off the demons. She named off the. So these are the demons that dwelt within, is one of the things that she says in this clip, and I'm going to play the clip in a second, without permission. But she says, "I'm the one that dwelt within Cain." So it's the demon that dwelt within Cain from the Cain and Abel story that we're all familiar with. The one that dwelt within Nero, Judas, one that was in the Legion, is what the demon says. Then there's names. Belial, which is a demon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of, like, isn't Belial like Lucifer's right-hand demon or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a very high-ranking demon.
Got a whole society around it or something.
Yeah, right, yeah. And then the last one was Lucifer, which is in English, and it's
My man.
not mine. Why would you say that?
The bringer of light.
Okay, all right. Let's just calm down there, buddy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. Let's see if I can move it along to... I'm going to move it along to the barn scene where she's in there. So are you guys ready? There's a lot of thunder and lightning, and we're going to try to just...
I now command you. Tell me your name. Set. Here, therefore, and fear, Satan, enemy of the faith. Give me your name, demon. Tell me your 6 names. We are the ones who dwell within. Honey, who shoshohen, Batolkai, Fukui, and Abitobit in Roy, case of Paroithin, and you die. Ikmiglio, Anablio. And I am Lucifer, the devil in the flesh.
Oh, you too, huh?
I got a little chill towards the end there.
I know, man. It's man, she did such a great job in that fucking movie with that character and with probably all the research she had to do to prepare for the role and everything. I mean, she killed it. She nailed it to me.
This one has like actual audio tapes that you can listen to on YouTube, isn't it? From the
Right. There's
Elise
Analiese
event, not
right
Emily Rose.
Right. Yeah, there's actual tapes. I think there was even some video footage, but there's definitely audio that's on YouTube, and you guys can look it up. Analiese Michel, Michel. You can look that up and find the audio for yourself. But that was something that was brought up in the court, was that the voices were talking over themselves. And, you know, one of the arguments from the prosecution was that, oh, well, you know, that people can be trained to do that, and people can, because you've got these 2 different parts of your vocal cords. And Chester Bennington, the lead singer from Linkin Park, that was something unique about his voice, was that he was able to activate both parts of his vocal cord at the same time, you know, and so he could get this unique sound while he was singing.
Oh, isn't that the thing that those monks in the Himalayas do?
I think they do that too. Yep. So that was one of the things that was brought up in the court. And then, you know, her knowing all those different languages, in the movie, Emily Rose is American, but obviously in real life she was German. But, you know, they had an excuse for everything. Oh, she was, you know, she was exposed to Latin growing up Catholic. And then she, obviously there was, you know, going to the school she went to, that they offered these courses. So maybe she learned it, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just the ancient tone of it all, and the fierceness in that. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, and if she's an American, like in the Emily Rose version, it would be weird that she could even speak English.
Right.
You know, that she could form a sentence properly would be unusual. It would be even more weird if she could do it in other languages. Yeah. Now, if you're like from Germany, I imagine being from Germany, you probably speak multiple languages.
Yeah. You find that a lot in foreign countries, don't you?
I had a guy I worked with who was from Germany, and he spoke like, I think 5 different languages.
Yeah. I have a friend that was from Brazil. I met him in high school, and he could speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, and French. You know? So, yeah, I think that's something common because especially I would think maybe in European countries, all these countries with different languages are right on top of each other.
Yeah, because
within miles.
Yeah, Germany's like the size of South Carolina or something.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know.
So, anyways, that's the topic. That's what I got. So, what do you want to plug today?
You mean plug for Joseph?
Yeah,
sure.
Plug for Joseph.
All right. Well, I have an Instagram at Joseph T. Antonio, and I have a YouTube at Winding Sheet. I've been meaning to continue with my poetry stuff on that. Not my own personal poetry. I've just been reading Edgar Allan Poe. I, strangely enough, get a lot of positive feedback on it, which is probably why I stopped doing it.
Because people like it?
People said they liked it. It's awful, isn't it? You know what's more awful is that I can see that and still am not like, okay, that's nonsense, and just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
You're looking right at it, and you're still like, you're like, yeah, I know I'm just thinking that because people like it, you know. But I'm going to continue thinking it.
Yeah, we got that. And then Japtalian has a bunch of stuff. We have, you want to do those?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You know them better.
We have japtalian13@gmail.com to send, ideas or comments or praise or
Praise, please.
or, harsh criticisms.
Tell us we're fucking up.
Or just, send whatever.
Demand that we stop what we're doing.
It's nice when people interact,
Yeah.
because then it's like, I enjoy doing this, but it's nice to know somebody else is listening.
Right.
And then we are available on most stuff where you can get podcasts. We're on YouTube for the people because it's free to the people. Facebook and Spotify and Apple and Podbean and, if there's one that carries podcasts, we're probably on it. If not, check your second or third option. We'll probably be there.
There you go.
And it's an odd plug because if you're listening to this, you've probably already found it. So what am I actually plugging?
Tell your friends. Definitely email us, though. We want to know if you guys have topics you want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And maybe if we think your topics are worthy, we'll do them. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. I have a couple of YouTube channels. I got Wood Electric 81. I haven't posted anything on there in a long time, but it's mostly me playing guitar or fucking around with my kids, hanging out, being funny. And then there's Wood Electric, which is 2 words, where I give electrical tips and hints and do fan hanging demonstration, tool demos, things like that. I think that it's kind of cool to do stuff like that because, I go to YouTube to look up stuff that's similar to that for other things than electrical or even some electrical things. So give it a look if you need something. We want to give a shout out this week, don't we? So this week we want to acknowledge our friend Darren Woodleaf. Darren gave us some friendly banter on the Instagram page, I think.
Yeah.
He had some stuff to say about the lubrication of penises with conditioner, and also he had some interesting stuff about ketamine and some of the research that goes along with it. Right. Yeah. And I think that was pretty cool. Thanks, Darren. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. In other news, that's the end of our show. So have a good morning.
Or a good evening.
Or a good what the fuck ever.